which means that whatever it is trying, it ain't going to happen. Whatever God said you're not going to be, it is going to happen. And all you've got to do is release it out of your mouth and understand that God has given you the ability to do three things: declare, proclaim, and announce. All right. I'm going to declare I'm going to be something. Yeah. I'm proclaiming to let everybody know it's going to come. And when it happens, I'm going to stand on the mountaintop and announce that God is trying to get you beyond where you are, but it's time to do something different. Yeah. I've got to do something different. Got to do something different. I've got to move. I've got to move beyond the obvious. I've got to do something that nobody's ever done before. I've got to create something that nobody's ever created. Whenever you do that, then you get paid for what you do. Do you know that? Microsoft founder, he can tell you right now, Bill Gates, I just did what nobody thought I could do. Put Apple computers, software programs in computers, and now I'm the richest man. Follow me then. Sam Walton just decided, Walmart said, I just want to be the middleman, put the middleman out the way, and make deals to give people the best price possible. He became extra. We ain't got to talk about how wealthy, because all of y'all been in Sam's and Walmart. Yes, Lord. Come on. I'm going to do something different. I'm going to create something different. I've got to be a different carbon copy than the other. I don't want to be like anybody else. God fearfully and wonderfully made you differently. So I don't want to act like them. I don't want to be like them, but God has given me something unique. I'm asking you to find your uniqueness. Something unique about you. Something's different about you. It will always be your uniqueness that will be celebrated. It's not your likeness. People can always find something like that. But when you see a dress and you say that's different, you want it, don't it? When you see a pair of shoes that match it, that's different. You want it. See, you always want something uniquely different, not the same. Who wants the same thing? I don't want nothing the same. Anything that costs is in. I love it because Bentleys cost a lot. They're different. That's why you don't see a whole bunch of them, because they cost a lot. Oh, yeah. When you know how valuable you are, you won't just give yourself away to anything and anybody. Yeah. Big apostle. Because you're valuable. It should cost them something. Yes. I hear somebody say, put a ring on it. Put a ring on it. All right. So here we go. Prophetic tone. I get this. Elevation. Who gives you? Watch this. The giving away. I want to release a word that will bless, that will cause an occasion for elevation. I want to do something. In the book of Hebrews 3:1, God says something that it says, consider the apostle who is in his great, Jesus, the great apostle, who gives this, who declares and speaks. I want to say to somebody here tonight that everything is measured by percentages. Elder, I just want to just take off running. Run. I don't know which way to run. Run, apostle. I'm telling you, I want to run. But I'm on my way to everything is measured. This is revelation. The Lord had me on my face praying. I was telling Pastor, I said, this thing has been bubbling in me, because this is the next book 2 that's going to have a little of this in it. He says this. He says everything is measured in percentages. That whenever you begin to look at everything has a percentage to it. Your credit rating has a percentage. Evaluations on everything are percentage based. I even evaluate sermons. I look at that, and you're going, because you're evaluating me right now. You're judging whether you like it or whether you don't. What's good and what's not. You evaluate your cars, whether they perform at the level they should. Whatever you do, it has a performance rating, and everything has a performance rating. If you go to insurance companies, they have a rating on you. Everything has a rating. Everything, and I promise you, everything in life has an evaluation to it. Restaurants evaluate the food. There's a quality. And then you go, this restaurant is a 2-star, 3-star, 4-star, 5, just like hotels. I'm telling you, everything in life has an evaluation system and a rating. Now, when Jesus comes into the world, he is the ultimate rator, because he is the ultimate standard bearer. All right. He is the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. He is the standard. So when we begin to look at maximum of teachers and maximum fathers and maximum friend, we look at Jesus. He's the best friend, the best father, the best dad, the best anything, best lover, best everything you could ever have. So when we measure Jesus, there is no what? No number system. We just know that after Jesus, then everything else falls. Y'all follow what I'm saying? The system. So when we begin to understand Scripture, then we have to find Jesus in the Scripture. And we measure Scripture by what Jesus gives us in the revelation of the Scripture. Christology or Christology is the Christ in the Word I'm looking for. That whenever I go into Word, I'm looking for the Christ in the Word. He is the standard bearer of my life. And if I find him, I measure everything by what he has said and declared in my life. So I'm not looking at anything else around it. I'm just trying to find the Christ in it. And if I find him in the middle of it, then I know it's elevation time. Somebody say elevation time.
Elevation time.
Elevation time is elevation. I mean, in everything I do, I want to see Christ in it. I want to evaluate Jesus in the middle of it. Somebody say amen. Now, why is this important? Because when I begin to look at the text, I begin to understand the impossibility of what was going on at the time. This is an incredible situation, because at this time before, nobody had ever been cured of leprosy. Jesus had not yet made it, but we're looking at what I call the double prophet. He's the double prophet. He's the double of the double. He got the double when Elijah got out of here. So he's the double trouble. Oh, somebody say, when Elijah was bad, he double bad. Michael Jackson ain't got no bad. Like this, Elisha, this boy is absolutely off the chain. So he's sitting there. Look at this. Naaman was the commander of an army. Now, I'm going to show you how all this fits, because this is man, y'all make sure y'all get the CD and the DVD. This is good. Now, Naaman was commander of the army of the king of Syria. He was a great and honorable man in the eyes of his master, because he was a great fighter. He was a great army general. He was a mover and a shaker. If his king said go take the hill, he didn't have no questions. He went and took the hill. He took the hill. There are some people that will follow instructions, and they'll tell you don't have to tell me but one time, this is what I need. And if you tell me that's what you need, and you give me a little bit of, just give me a little bit of stuff. See, what makes greatness is not having a whole bunch, but doing something with a little bit. Y'all get that later on. And he just says that, give that to me, and you get a name by taking a little bit. Many of you got a name in heaven. You may not ever get a name here, but God has watched you with your liver become forth. Somebody say amen. And so what happened was that Naaman began to do something supernatural. And I say supernatural because the miracle does not start when he gets to the place to dip. The miracle begins when he recognizes that there's something that he needs that he can't do.
Yay!
Now, I know for some of y'all, because y'all really believe that you did everything in your life. But there's some things you've got to say, I need somebody else to make this happen.
Yes, that's right.
I know this is why I'm telling you. You've got to recognize that in order for me to get to the next level or the elevated step, somebody else is going to have to get there. What foolishness would it be for you to go and ask a person who is a homeless person to help you become a millionaire?
That's right.
Would that be foolish? Why? Because they ain't got nothing. You never got it. Sir, you ever made $1 million? No. You got $1? No, I don't want to give you $1. Have you ever got? See, so I can't. I mean, it's good to sow seed, but it's empty. He's going to drink it up, eat it up, but my seed's not going to grow.
Will.
I can be benefactor. I can love on him, and I do it a lot of times. My wife and I sow seed. Pull up. I got a little guy when we come from the airport. He waits on me. He sees me. He's about 85 years old. He has little cricket candy things, and whenever he sees me, he gets happy because he knows I'm gonna give him a $1 to $5 bill.
Amen.
And he be saying, he's Hispanic. You know, I said, no, you keep the name. Now, I know that seed ain't going nowhere but to where he's going to do. I just get it. But it's not going to multiply.
All right.
Because I know he's in a place in his life that he can't do anything with it. I'm just trying to help him eat tomorrow night.
Amen.
But when I want to go to the next level, then I need to find somebody who's doing something at another level. If I want to begin to do something, I got to go to the ones that are doing it and doing it big. And then if I get it and find out what they do, then what I'm going to do is then, once I find out how you did it, then I'm going to take it to another level. Because that's what's been created in me. Jesus says to the one I give the 1 talent, the 3 talents. Some of you bearing your talents. God said it's not the bearing season. Precious, I just want to tell you right now, what I just got through hearing, there ought to be CDs after CDs. I'm declaring, and I know you've heard it, this season is not for me to tell you what you're not doing. This season to tell me that the time now is for you to act. And it doesn't mean that you got to have somebody to push you. It don't mean that you got to wait for some big name to come through and help you. The Lord is telling me right now, if you don't get nothing but a microphone, and this place right here will offer to you, and you get a position, and you begin to let God speak out your heart, what he's always been inside of you, you will begin to see that what God has been waiting is for you to release a sound outside. And that sound ain't nobody got.